Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Benjamin Zulu Show. Now, you've heard it said that ships don't sink because of the waters that are surrounding them, but they sink because of the waters that enters them. Now, I want you to picture that and reflect in your own relationships. We've meant to believe that most marriages are breaking, most relationships are breaking because of the outsiders. All right? Now today, Benjamin is going to instruct you on who to fix first. Because most of the time, we are quick to run and start pointing to the outsiders. We are quick to accuse the outsiders, forgetting that the very person you're in a relationship with has a role to play, because they're entertaining the outsiders. Now, how do you deal with that kind of situation? So today, on this show, we are talking about how you are going to fight outsiders as a couple. Hi, Benjamin.
Hello. And if there is one thing that we were not fully instructed, is how to protect our union from outsiders sneaking in, somehow finding insidious way to come inside our union and plant conflict and strife. In any case, we were like a baby and we were being handled by midwives, by many people. So they couldn't insinuate like they are a danger to us. Many of them talk like you are our children now. Welcome to the club of marriage. We're here to support each other. You come into marriage naively thinking there's a lot of people who are out for your good. Be careful. And I nearly made those mistakes myself. When you try to get married, it's exciting and it's new and it's a little bit scary because you're not sure that you can make it, whether you have what it takes. And you're likely to involve everybody who has ever helped you. I took my girl to one of the people who had brought me up, mentored me when I was young. You think they want the best for you. And in Naivety, you bear everything, the plan, and without my knowledge, the guy tried to poison, to tell damaging interpretation. Some of the things I told you people say about you are not entirely false. That's the hard part, Brahman. If somebody says something that is blatantly not true, you can refuse it directly. But they say something that is true, but with the worst interpretation on earth. That's the harder part. There's a girl you used to teach with when you finish at some point back. There's a girl people rumored you with. You never mentioned that to this lady. And now here you're being told, don't you even know that? We even suspect that child is Brahma's. You see that girl now as a child? Even today we think they're still pushing. Surely the girl featured in your life somewhere and there was nothing. Maybe you'd have considered them at some point, but you learn to the end, you distance yourself. Yeah. But just because a person knows some elements of your life that shady, not, but there's nothing to them, but they'll pluck something small and blow it out of proportion. In this conversation, I want to illustrate to you that, by the way, if I was dating a girl who is not mature and who was not determined and who could be moved just because it's an adult telling her, because some of these people who poison you, they come with very big titles. My daughter, let me tell you. And you are naive. You don't think they could have envy. That's the problem. We think people who brought us up, and we're not saying they're bad. We're just saying not everybody who has helped you at some point in your journey will be relevant today. That is a hard lesson to learn. I hope it doesn't cost you too much to learn it. I just hope. It has costed people dearly before they learned who was once a mentor can now be a destroyer. And you wonder, you can't suspect them because you have nothing to threaten them. You are young, they have their family, they're going on with their life. You don't understand the psychology of jealousy. We thought jealousy is about competition. We are competing for the same girl, for the same guy. That's why the guy hates me, isn't it? That's how you and your fellow boys used to fight. It was over something. Now you can't imagine somebody who's your father figure, mother figure, jealous of you. What are we fighting? I don't think there would be. In fact, this is a man of God, it's a woman of God, it's a prophetess. I don't see a problem. Let me tell her my plans. That's where we go wrong.
Okay.
That's where you go wrong. Jealousy does not need competition. There are people who are angry for the fact that you seem happy, or you did not consult them, or it's not their idea, or you did not submit to you are still not under their power. They can't imagine you did anything without them. or they anticipate that you will be happier than them. Jealousy has no rationale. So never try to reason with, why would they hate on me? We have nothing to compete. There is no rationale. Happiness is very rare. When people see you happy, it can ache them. Weaker people can see you happy. So the instruction today is about how to be impervious, how to form walls around your union that are impermeable to hate, jealousy, and malicious people. Let me warn you again. When I say those people, you imagine very ugly characters. Malicious people. You know, people imagine devil with horns. So they imagine ugly people, malicious, narcissists, very bad. You should be a person you can recognize. Can be a person dressed decently like us.
Yeah.
The other part with bad people, they are not bad through and through. In some aspects, they are decent people. In some aspects, they're decent people.
Yeah.
But if they get a chance, they have a silent envy. And if they get a chance to stab you in the back, they will take it. It will be very difficult for you to conduct a thorough investigation of everybody in your life to find out who they are. So I want to tell you the sure-proof way today. You may not list everybody and keep updating who is a potentially risky character. Devi, Jemo, Shiko, then your list, your updating list. How much do you disclose to this one? How much do you disclose to this one? I tell you the sure-proof one. And let me tell you, statistically, most people end up breaking up is not just what was happening between them. It's what another person said. It's what was instilled in them about their partner by another person. I remember one guy telling me that I'm marrying. I don't know what kind of mindset he had, saying, man, you could have looking for, smaller, lean. They will keep suggesting. Could you get a girl from this region? Could you get, you mean that? No. Are you sure you want that short, little? You will hear comments that are disturbing. And they're coming from a person you respected. So they're likely to confuse you.
Yeah.
Like you're making a mistake. Man, you went that direction. Embu, no. Okay, no problem. You say Mombasa. I had heard those comments about other guys marrying, and I not pictured that there was anything. It was not them. That this person who is asking, who we are looking up to, these people we are looking up to as mentors, can also have their own conflicts. They project them to you, they can ruin you. One of the instructions I want to tell you is that I want you to come to marriage once you find the right woman. Determine. There are two things about love we were not told. That it takes both faith and a fight. Hey, let me repeat. For your love to work to the end, to take a belief in it, a belief in your woman. I know her heart. You can't just gossip this. No, I know her. There's some things about your woman, you hear them, sort them, you don't need to tell her. I want you to know that. There's some things you stop before they even say it. By your family, by your friends, and she's not around, and you don't need to parade her to everyone for opinion polls. I determined early. I come from a very big family, and if I was to do an opinion poll, my brother, family is very big. Imagine having 10 direct siblings for my mother. If I was to do an opinion poll, I knew it was impossible. And I decided who matters. You get the main people who hold a place in your life. You start with those. These others, you'll also bring them on board after the trainer started moving. It's about when. When the trainers picked momentum.
Yeah.
All right? On the early onset, when the vision is embryonic, when the union is still young, when some things are still not clear, when you're also trying to put foundations, that is the riskiest time to expose baby Jesus to Herod. That's when God tells you to go down to Egypt and hide. It may look funny for a superpower God telling you to hide. Why would a no powerful person tell you to hide? Could you kill all those people? There are seasons to hide. Even when you have all the power, God is teaching you seasons. He tells you, go down until those who wanted to kill the child are dead. Even those rulers have their work, but they also hate the child. Let them finish their rule and they die. Hey, while you grow up there, they come. Some of your haters have a season, and the season will be gone. Okay? You don't have to kill everybody. Let them live out their days. God has demonstrated that. So stop praying for the death of your enemies. Just ask God to show you where to hide, how to remain invisible. Brother, I want you to believe. I want you to get a woman you know her heart. She means well. This girl can never be malicious. It took me a lot of time to arrive to that baseline. This is the baseline for the survival of your union. I know my woman's heart. Get a woman whom, as you interact, you can see her heart, how she behaved in the past. As you talk day by day, you come to see the essence of that woman. That it's impossible. One thing I learned about my girl, she's incapable of malice. She just can't think bad of people. In fact, it's not in her. She can't imagine cutting corners or hurting you to get advantage. It would, even when she has done something that was purely innocent, maybe she realized later that her lady gave her excess change at the hotel. It would disturb her a lot. That maybe now that 50 shilling, maybe the lady will be deducted, or she'll be seen as a thief, or dishonest. She'll be disturbed the whole day because by mistake, the teller gave her 50 shillings more. Look at that person. Would that person now try to steal money from you?
No.
Do you get it? Learn your woman and rest on that character. So that when people come to tell you, are you sure? You know women have secret accounts. How do you know? You might end up ABCD. You might end up ABCD. Because they will come. I decided early on, I know who I'm dealing with. I decided early on, faith in your woman is the first base. Faith in your partner. Learn who you're dealing with. And if you're not sure of them, don't put your life on them. You can't date, you can't marry somewhat. When you marry, you come in fully.
Yeah.
So if you're right, you're totally right. If you're wrong,
you're totally wrong.
Please understand. You can't marry and you still have to protect yourself. You sleep with one eye open. You can't quite rest in their presence. You're not sure. That is impossible. Yeah. Find a girl, you feel peace of God. And if you're a spiritual person, these are things you also consult to discuss with God privately. Make your prayers also discussions. Not just shopping list of what you want. Those are immature people. You only tell God, give me. One thing I told you to always reverse. God, what can I do for you today? Where is the harvest? You say the harvest is ripe. Take me to where it is. Harvest means results, effect, salt of the world. Where can I have most? Salt usually is a smaller quantity than the food, but it is felt everywhere. How can I be felt where I go? If you get that peace and you feel I'm making the right decision, the right woman, she may not be perfect, neither are you, but she's the right one. Okay? Now, from there, once you know her heart, now you entertain the human mistakes without having to over-punish them. Are we together? With the suspicion. So the first thing is faith, the second thing is fight. To fight means now to resist the world. I don't know why teachers of marriages glorify fight among couples. Why have they normalized that word? They make it look, even you anticipate arguments with your woman. Yeah. Because it has been drummed like it's coming. Prepare for it. If you tell people about marriage, what is your fighting style with your woman? Fighting? Where have they normalized that? Okay, we know at some point we might disagree, but must a disagree become a fight? When a fight, they mean a heated verbal exchange. They mean, those tension moments, those moments of... There are times as we learn each other, there will be friction, misunderstanding here and there. But Brahma, we can solve a misunderstanding quickly and go back to happiness. Is that a fight?
No.
Thank you. Never normalize fighting. You don't need to fight with your woman. You and her are a team. Teammates don't fight. They fight together against the world. So the fight I'm discussing here is you and her against the world. I want to give you fighting strategies. You against the world. One, don't live apart. Live in the same house so that you brush up everything every day. Or are we together? Yes. Brahma, the first thing to fight for your marriage is to stick closely together. If your employment, and I told you it's very hard. I don't expect you by the time you're dating a girl, she's your neighbor. Many people marry when they are apart. Many people, their career, you are all over. Few will have the advantage of proximity when they're marrying. Many people have to do adjustments to come together. Yeah. Adjustments to come together. And as I told you, part of the struggle, today's the finances, and you're earning, I'm earning, we need both of it. It's fear. It's not finances, it's fear. The thing that makes people live apart, it's not the money, it's fear of change. It's fear of change, and I don't know how much I can drum that into you. Because I married my girl and she was teaching far away, and I would commute every weekend. And we used to do our mathematics. What you're earning there, plus what we are spending in order to meet every weekend, when we subtract, what is the profit? People don't look at salary as profit. They should do that mathematics. Yeah. If you're employed, remember what the business person is doing. Removing costs and income to get profit. You should be doing that with your salary. What is the net income really? What is the profit? The cost of operation and what you are missing out on. And we say this is not sustainable. Just go back to school, finish your masters, let's target this, and and let me carry this side. When you are a team, I can lift the weight as you prepare the other thing. We can organize our thing. Let me do this as you do that, as you arrange this, as you arrange that. If you resign from a job, people will think you are crazy. You guys are losing it. There are no jobs. Why are you leaving a job? But you're working with a bigger picture. So long as you have with your strategy and you have a teamwork with your woman, bring yourselves together at any cost.
Yeah.
Are we together?
Yeah.
Whatever job it is, it can be military, can be government jobs or this and that, and they're sending you all over. Don't worry. What you're going to plan yourself is say, so this is what it is, and we hear both of us. What's the best thing? I'll mention that another time, but the person was saying she's married to a police officer and he never allows her to come where he is. And I said, you're not a wife, you're a subordinate. You need to be allowed. Whenever you hear, he provides everything, you're dealing with a subordinate. Subdued, no money, no power. She's somewhere below.
Yeah.
That's why she was looking for a provider. We provided everything. He's valuing the providing. Not partner, not emotional connection, not friendship, not journeying through life together. These are these idiot kids who jumped from college into a marriage, into a relationship. Now, my husband provides everything at his own terms, my friend. It's okay for men to provide, but you need to marry a person when you yourself could provide for yourself, so that you're not marrying because of provision. You're marrying because of genuine companionship, friendship, respect, inclusion. Can somebody be working and you don't know where they work for years? That's not your husband. Even you know you're powerless. You just located yourself here to be carried and paid bills for. No wonder you're being reduced to a thing. What is this, Bramwell? What is this in that word? Dependency, mental poverty. People want to skip the stage of standing on their own 2 feet. So the first way to fight is stick together. And whenever the person is working, even if you yourself, you have to hang out here, take care of the child, you're interacting normally, it should be a teamwork. Are we together? So stay together physically, arrange ideas, review every day. There are times you may not be in the same house, but you're talking constantly to review ideas that were boiling in your head today. You're building something, a family business, a family empire, a family, a future. When you're building something together, you correspond constantly. There's no such thing as not talking for days or weeks when you're married. That's not a marriage. It's a dream. It's a fantasy. Can you wake up? You need a partner you're dealing with daily. The second thing we have said, the first thing is you stay together in the same location. When you're marrying, she may be very far away, but within the shortest time you can reorganize to come together. Are we together?
Yeah.
Even if one of you has to leave the job and the other one sustains. And I told you also not to hurry up and get twins. You know, people are very get children 3, 4, 5. When you bring children quickly before you think, they can tie you apart because you need that money. Because now we have a child, I need that. They can tie you. First, calculate. Before we bring the bills of a child, where do we need to be? What kind of lifestyle do we need? Do your mathematics, brother. Okay. Society will push you. When is the baby coming? Don't worry. They always push you. They push you about marriage. They push you about second child. They push you about that one. They push you about dying. My brother, they push you about everything. You're still here. Don't listen too much. You and your woman, be the team. So the first thing is, we'll be closely together. The second thing is, combine a sense of destiny. Make sure what you are hoping for, the purpose of your life, the mission you want to serve, what matters to you most, the way you want to affect the world, the way you want to spend your days, the way you want to spend your money, the kind of lifestyle, your destiny, they shape your life, merge them. Before you met her, she had an idea of how she wants her life to turn out.
Yeah.
Marrying a woman does not mean cancelling out her existence. She had ideas.
Yeah.
Don't be threatened of them. let her describe them so that you see how you mesh the life. She was not blank. If she was blank, she would not even impress you. She had a drive for life. No wonder she got where she got. It included a family, of course, but maybe she wanted, she's very passionate about charity, very passionate about a certain group, the aged, the young, school system. She wanted to bring a different kind of, lawyering, advocacy to those who can't afford legal fees. Maybe she's an accountant, but she wanted to take, chama, the table banking, to the streets. She wanted to take it to the farmers. Maybe she has a strong passion for pig farming. I saw some guys who are manufacturing animal feeds, somewhere I think in Kiambu. What if she wanted to always do some better animal feed, Find a way. And you wanted to do radio, you wanted to do shows, you wanted to educate people. Okay, I see how that we can collaborate. So it means you need to be located here. So it means because I can move, so we situate our home here, you actually think, and then as you grow, do you see now? Organize your life together. Saw that. Hey, how does this help in resisting outsiders? Once you know you are building a life, you are both anticipating and you have secrets to keep and something to safeguard. You not listen to opinions about how you should handle your woman from your uncles, from your fathers, from your mentors, from whoever, because already you have planned life. If you leave it blank, they'll suggest to you, why don't you send a woman? I hear there's a recruitment happening, your NYS is recruiting and they want to manage. I understand, why don't you? They'll keep suggesting ideas to you, and you keep throwing them in here because you don't have a working plan. When you have a plan, you can simply answer them and tell them, we already have a plan. Thank you for the suggestion, but you will look at it. Brahma is no more to tell people when they tell you something, let me discuss with my wife. Does not mean you're a coward or you're being subdued. Or you've been, she's the one in control. When people give you ideas, learn to respond. Yeah, we will think about it together, my wife, and we'll get back to you. That is the best place to hide when you don't like an idea. Universal answer. Look at it. And this is how you protect each other. She can always say you are yet to respond, and you can always say she's yet
to respond.
And that way, you keep up, because you don't want to say I don't want it, because now this person will start asking questions and maybe they are your friend. They wanted to partner in a business and you don't feel the business. Okay, so-and-so was suggesting this, but that's not our goal at this point. Yeah, I'll just tell her, we'll tell him, we'll think about it. Anytime is no time. That's what they say. So if you realize a person is so obsessed with an idea and they're trying to force it on you, hide behind consultations at home. That are taking time. The way companies, you bring an application, they tell you leave it there, we'll consider it. We'll get back to you. Only selected candidates will be contacted. You're being told you may not be contacted, but they try to keep themselves safe. Keep yourself safe. Keep yourself safe behind the union. The third thing you're going to do, Bramwell, is to treat every information about your wife, about any information by outsiders with a pinch of salt. For example, you can post a picture or you can post a quote and they start interpreting it in an ambiguous way and they start tagging her. To show her, we thought you were special. Now here he is. Let's say it's Mother's Day, for example. And you're saying, my mother is the best woman. You are praising your mother. On my Mother's Day. An innocent thing. It's a Mother's Day. And you post your mother and say she's one in a million. The way you praise her, they start in the so Irene has been telling her she's special. Let her tag her here. They start blowing something that was ambiguous or innocent out of proportion. Suddenly you are put on the defensive. To explain, you are not comparing. You're just celebrating your mother as a mother. But you say she's the most important woman. You said it in that context, like mothers, not wife. Now, can you imagine having to explain? It will be very difficult for you to even see why this is important. So tell women the following. You need to know the heart of your man. If your girl posts her dad and she's celebrating him as the hero and all that, and with all the wisdom it has nothing to do with you. She's just celebrating the dad. Now, if she comes and starts putting you on the defensive, why are you celebrating? How come you said this? Or she becomes moody and all that. One of the things I want you to understand is, I came to realize, Bramwell, if I allow people to push a certain interpretation, to push a certain and I allow it to get into me, I can start fighting my woman for no reason. Now, and if there is something I want you to reduce the occasions when you have to get your woman apologizing and she's over nothing. When something has happened, honestly, a simple sorry will do. Be quick to forgive, man. That's how you know. True love is shown by how you overlook offenses. If somebody has realized a mistake, drop it and move on, man. That's one of the best ways. I don't want you to put your woman on the defensive because of small things like that. So I have learned to put outsiders in their place as quickly as I can. Yeah. By telling them, no, I don't discuss that side. Excuse me. There is no problem. Well, you know, and you know, sometimes I also realize that the people your wife regards as friends can get envious about her and she's not aware about it.
Yeah.
And because they keep discussing as friends, some of the jokes you said, the life you live with your children at home, with your word. Some of our friends can pass it to you with a very bad interpretation, and you get annoyed. Because it has all the evidence. Maybe they are in the photo or a comment or something, but it's brought in the wrong spirit. Remember?
Yeah.
They can be told the right information that this man comes from a polygamous family. True, I come from a polygamous family, but the polygamy was not me. I was just born there. This man's father was a traditional brewer. True, he was selling brew, not me, him. Those things I had mentioned in passing, but now they're being told here with the details and a very dark. You're making a mistake. You come from a professional family. You know, you only 4 children, your parents are working, they're learned. This guy's parents never saw class. That's all. You know, and it's very chaotic now, my daughter. Can't you see? His idea of family and yours can never match. Never match. But the girl did not even bring it up at that time. She did not even discuss it. She brought up way after God. That's one way I respected her. She just distanced from that man. She didn't want to disappoint me because I seem to have a very high view of him. Sometimes you hold back your observations because the person is too they're dreaming. They're out of touch with reality, and you don't want to give them another small heartbreak. When we're in the middle of other things, you see, this one can wait. I'll bring the shock later. So, Bramwell, I want you to be very careful the next time a person is trying to tell you, that girl you thought, and then they're telling you things, including brothers and sisters of the one you're marrying. Sometimes sibling relationships are very complicated. Yeah. They are fought together, they are friends, but at the same time, there could be tinges of envy, elements of envy here and there, and elements of competition here and there. I want you to be very careful. The third way to protect your union is everything implied, said, communicated about your partner and what they said, what they commented, where they said, wherever, by third parties. Resisted, treated with a pinch. Does not mean you're blind. You never listen to information that could be objective and true. But it means by nature, unless something is compellingly true, you're not interested in taking it in and having to ever explain. How many things will she have to explain? The fact that you can tell me to explain this and that, it means it's already got into you. There's some things, Bramwell, I'll never ask my wife or need her to explain. Coming from, in fact, I handle it there, shut it and go. All right?
Yeah.
So it's 3 ways. 1, remember to take a strong belief in your woman, knowing her heart, and resting in the fact that I know this girl and what she cannot do. Are you blind? No. You simply trust him because you've learned her. Put together. Number 2, you're going to faith and fight. When you're fighting, you seal against. So how do you do that? You live closely together physically. Avoid at all cause this distance. If jobs are separating you, reorganize and come close together. The other thing is, whatever people are telling you, knowing who you're dealing with. But them, they could be envious and you're not aware of it. They wonder how you love each other, how they see you happy. They treat it with a pinch of salt. Yet,
all right, I like those simple ways in which we can fight together as a couple. Benjamin, you'll realize that the things that make us strong and mature are mostly in the trenches. Okay? How can we use some of these nasty things that our spouses have been told, they are going to be told about us, use it to immunize our relationship and our marriage?
Thank you for that word. One thing I want you to know is, every now and then, a malicious person will get in between you.
Yeah.
They'll say something and they will to cause strife or tension between the two of you. When you have resolved it, you realize it's that person who misinterpreted it to you, to cause you to mistrust me, my motives. Now that we have resolved it, how can we prevent that from the future? How to immunize is to inject the body with weakened form of the actual virus. Let what came in become a weakened form of the actual virus. The purpose of giving the body that weakened form is to teach it how that disease looks like, so they can manufacture real soldiers using the children of the soldiers. This is how that species looks like. But these ones are too weak to threaten us. Yeah. But their parents look like that in a stronger version. So now we manufacture defenses. If gossip can come in that way, if misinterpretation can come in that way, what can we do in the future? Oh yeah, for me, I think, especially people we think we tend to respect, we also, although we respect them, we should not discuss with them our projects. We should not tell them about our income. For me, I think it's the way we took that money severally and they began to have expectations. For me, I think it's the way we showed up. For me, I think every time you resolve a conflict, bring in the immunity by discussing how this could recur in the future and how we must prevent it ahead of time. Every now and then, one of them will succeed to hit inside. Don't take too long. After you resolve it, don't run away. Do post-mortem. How did this come about? What was wrong? What could have? Oh yeah, I think it's me also. I overlooked that part. I think I trusted that too much. I think I was also in a badly emotional place. I think I had piled up. I was in a bad mood. Oh yeah, I think this in future, in case this, if you do that, fewer and fewer people will get between you. Yes,
I like that. Reading from the same script, you've talked about belief. You believe in the heart of your woman, Benjamin. You see, it takes strength to believe what you've not seen. Weaker people have to see for them to believe.
Yes.
All right? Now, some people are naturally weak. They are easily absorbing some of these things from the outsiders, allowing them to actually wreck their own marriage. Now, if there is a lady dealing with such kind of a man, or a man dealing with such kind of a lady with a weak system, how do you go about it?
Marriage is not for the weak. You need to develop the ability to rest and have peace and to focus on other things and happiness, even without having to scrutinize everything. We said this. The strong know they must believe in their marriage in order to see it. They must believe in happy marriage before they can build it. The weak must see a happy marriage to believe it. That's why they never see it. Do you see the problem? These people keep asking, is love real? Are there still good women? Wow, they will never get them. That lack of belief rules it out. Even if they were to see a good person, they wouldn't believe it. They would ask you to prove yourself 100 times before they can believe actually you are for real. Who wants to prove themselves that long? Strong people, they know there's a good person somewhere meant for me. I can meet a person like me. I mean, well, there are many people we are not compatible, but the people we are compatible may be rare, but they exist. They are rare, but they're there. I'll keep searching until I find. That's why they can actually rest when they finally find, because they know they mean well and that the person means well. So we are saying, train your mind. Being weak or strong, strength is built, it's not born. Some people have difficulty believing love because they did not see it where they were born, where they grew up. But you're not condemned to where you were born. Remember, he talked about Mephibosheth. He survived, but he did not survive. If you did not die in the battles, why are you living a dead life? Did God cause you to survive with injuries only for you to call yourself dead dog? The other guys died, but you did not die in the war. But you're calling yourself dead still. If my parents' marriage was dead, I would not live a dead life. In fact, how I saw my mother and father not being friends and arguing, I said, either I'll marry my friend or I won't marry at all. Decide that if you survived, you're going to thrive. Don't live a survival mode. My parents never, so me, I'm afraid. No. Change the script. If you are disposed to mistrust and betrayals and chaos, if that's what you are predisposed, take the time to change the script through therapy, through learning, through conscious transformation of your mind. Many people who are happy today did not see happy marriage. There are people who saw happy marriage, we're happy for them, but many people who are happily married today did not see it. They said, if I did not come from a happy family must come from me. It's a decision. Yes.
It is a decision. And how I wish you make that decision, you begin by being strong. You believe that you deserve nothing but the best. Thank you for watching the Benjamin Zulu Show. Till next time.